The streets talk about. If it ain't making money, ain't nothing to talk about. Keep my mind on them stacks, cause that green give you cloud. If it's bread making, baby, I'ma always go that route. I put my work in the streets, I get shot on these beats. A lazy man gon' stop, but a grinder always gon' eat. Everybody can't do what I do, that's why I'm crushing your crew. From Chi-Town, Memphis, Tennessee, and all through the loop. I'm so fresh and so new, got a hot album too. I came out of nowhere and I'm taking all of these suckers' juice. I keep my promo on them poles, keep that powder out my nose. I'm staying focused, man, with 1 million copies sold. Say my name. What's my name? Say my name. Stayed on my green. I ain't never gonna let nobody talk me out of rolling with my team. Y'all know what I mean. These money hungry fiends. They think they can outsmart you by selling you a dream. But I stay grinding cause I'm bread making, homie. And they can't figure me out because they really don't know me. You got that paper, show me. My mama didn't name me Toby. These suckers want slaves, but I'm shaking them like Kobe. It's real in the field. I'm the lion on the meal. You ready to kill? These suckers better chill. But ask Brother Will, the king is in the building, so you haters take a kneel. Say my name.
This Chicago, nigga.
Say my name.
Well. Chat, when you come in, hit the like button. But this has been an eventful week, which I said was going to be an eventful week 2 years ago when I was on KSAP's show, just being a guest on his show. 2 years ago, I said, once the CBA gets done and solved, those of you guys that remember when I was on the show with KSAP, I said to KSAP and the panel at that time, I said, once the CBA and the new CBA comes, it's going to be a whirlwind of total dysfunction, and people are going to go to the places that you never thought that they will be. It will be like a Ferris wheel. That's exactly what I said. When I said this, there were people that disagreed with me. KSAP agreed with me, of course. My brother Rolling with Rush, because we could see here on Simply Ball Dropping Podcast the future of things. When you have a CBA and you got over 100 free agents, in it, there's got to be an explosion happening in all different places across the country. What we have here is another big thing that Jeff P has found himself in a situation where he's in the news again, chat. He started being in the news last week during the Toronto Tempo, and then, of course, the Portland Fire situation. And now we see why he gave a pick away, a total pick, without getting anything back to the Toronto Tempo. But first, I want to give a shout out to Jackie Young, the gun. Jackie Young, the gun, has been notified to be what they call, even though we knew that Asia Wilson was going to get, you know what I mean? She had already got a call that she was going to get her contract in full. But shout out to Jackie Young, the first $1 million WNBA player for the Las Vegas Aces. Jackie Young has been putting it down for the Aces for the last 4 years of her career, and being on the All-Star each and every year. Twice she was on the U.S. Team USA and got 2 medals from such a tandem. Jackie Young. The Las Vegas Aces are finalizing an agreement for the 4-time All-Star guard Jackie Young to return to Las Vegas, sources told ESPN on Thursday, with the deal expected to be for 1 year at the regular max of $1.19 million. One of the best two-way players in the league, Young was expected to be coveted free agent this offseason, but she did not end up taking any meetings with other teams. And now the defending WNBA champion Aces are one step closer to retaining their big three of Young, 4-time MVP Asia Wilson, who was allegedly started her intent to return to Las Vegas, and 6-time All-Star Chelsea Gray. So shout out to Jackie Young, the gun, who has now solidified her going to the Aces. She has now solidified herself as a return to the franchise. Jackie Young is a two-way player that is significantly not to be played with. I call her the gun. Of course, that's her name to me because she's an outstanding, remarkable player, and I can't wait for her to return to the Aces. In all of that, we still get a whole bunch of hoopla, and I just can't let it go. I can't let it go, chat. I can't let it go. Because my baby goat has left the building. My baby goat has left the city of Chicago and went into better pastures that are greener, that she don't have to worry about any grass that got snakes in it. She don't have to worry about how she has to watch her step. And multiple reporters, editors, and journalists will be trying to do hit pieces on her. Angel Reese has now stepped into a realm of success, joining the Aces and being the super mega star that she is on and off the court. This is a big deal, chat. This is a big deal. And she has now is able to be in peace, and she is now able to do what she wants to do with her life the way she thought it should go. Here in Chicago, she able to start all over again in Atlanta and be the dream girl, the Barbie of Atlanta, in Barbie's dream house. So I had to get that out, and I had to let my chat know that this YouTube channel is based off of Angel Reese being her. There you go, Nate. Angel Reese being her. Oh, my bad, Nate. I put it in your chat. Angel Reese being her, and shout out to my baby goat for just being just a magical person through it all, holding your head up high when everybody was coming at you and still coming at you, and not proving that she is the worst thing in the locker room that they claim over there on the Caitlin Clark clan. So I wanted to say that. So welcome to the Gingerbread Man Show. This is Steady Serving Sports, ENT. I am the Gingerbread Man, an extension of Simply Ball Dropping Podcast with my main man, K-Sap. What's up, my brother K-Sap? I see you in the building, boss. I would like to say shout out to the Full Court Trio. Shout out to the Players Club, my sister Keisha, my brother Duvall, my sister Tony. Shout out to y'all, and love and peace be with you. And I appreciate y'all for coming to this platform and being a vessel that I can actually depend on, because it's been a hard week starting last Saturday. I keep telling y'all that my godfather passed away. And when my godfather, I went to the funeral Saturday, Sunday, the finals was there, and the Gamecocks lost on that Sunday. Gino had already pissed me off on Friday, and Sunday the Gamecocks fell flat and lost to the great Lauren Betts. But Monday morning, I woke up and they said, go downstairs. So I went downstairs. I wiped the cold from my eye. See who this page and me and why bars. And Angel Reese was not there. The bags, the furniture, the chandelier was gone. And I was trying to figure out in my head what the hell is really going on from the information that I retrieved about her being a Chicago Sky. Well, what went on, chat, was that she was in a situation that where the front office, the entire front office, did not believe in her. She was in a situation where the front office, the entire front office, were snakes in the grass. She was in a situation where the organization is a laughing stock of the whole WNBA, the shortest of the comings, the worst of the worst, the bad of the baddest. Places that you could actually land and be a WNBA player was here in Chicago on that organization, Chicago Sky. She left the building with her head up high, and shout out to Angel Reese. Shout out to Angel Reese. Y'all, it's so much stuff going on in the building. But I will say, she is one of the most irreplaceable pieces in the WNBA. When you say irreplaceable, meaning that the whole thing, the whole entire pie, the reason why Angel Reese is that reason. And gone from Chicago, gone from Chicago, she is. So I had to land my plane on my baby goat. And I told y'all that today was my last day of really licking my wounds and have to accept it like a man that my baby goat has left the building and will not return to this city, but she will be in a city. Chocolate City. The Atlantic City. The Black Hollywood, who can accept her for doing and being who she is. So shout out to my baby goat. I appreciate you, and I am the goat. Has left the building. My baby goat has left the building. And it's a hard thing and a hard pill to swallow. But it's okay. It's okay. So, chat, I had to get it out. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. And I will be on other subjects to actually cover everything that's going on, because there's a whole lot of more news that is happening in the WNBA, and we're gonna go right to it. Okay. So thank y'all for coming. Brooklyn, I put it in the chat, I believe. Here, let me do it again. I had put it in the chat for you, but here you go. Brother Nate, I put it in the chat in your IG, Brother Nate. I put it in your IG, but y'all could come up off of that. But, you know, like I told y'all, at night I'm going to be doing a different show, a type of show, an inclusional show on this show that you guys will have your say. So I just want to let y'all know that I appreciate everybody that supported me. I appreciate everybody who thought about me. I appreciate everybody that actually stayed on my side of things and actually gave me some type of soothing feel for the loss of my AR-5. Because listen, y'all, I definitely wanted to cry. Literally tears Monday when I heard and saw that the news was actually true. That was a hard pill to swallow when you love her and love your city, of course, right? And love your team and want your city to be winners in all costs of things. So what's up, my sister Tony?
What's
I see y'all.
on?
I dropped the link, Brooklyn. I dropped the link, Brother Nate. So I was just giving them, you know, the last of what I told you, what I already told you would be the last me talking about the baby goat. Stressful week. Stressful ass week.
Are you getting some relief? You're getting a little bit of relief. I mean, it won't be Angel, but you get some relief in Chicago. Hopefully the relief you get will be okay. It won't be the same, of course, nevertheless, but maybe what they're trying to scrounge up will be okay. But you know, hey. I sent it to you in the I sent it to you in the IG about Chelsea Gray.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
It gets better and better, man.
So guys, I told y'all that this was going to be a Ferris wheel 2 years ago. I told y'all don't get so upset and don't get tied down with who you think it is, what you think it's going to be, because it's going to be so much stuff going on that it's going to make your head spin.
Yeah.
I told everybody 2 years ago on KSAP, but I didn't think it was going to happen to me. Hey, brother Brooklyn.
What's going on? What's going on?
I didn't think it was going to happen to me, and I didn't think it was going to happen in this city. But I did think, as Brooklyn remember, I did think that the Ferris wheel was going to start. You remember that night, Brooklyn, when I said it was going to be a Ferris wheel of events when the CBA.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We gonna start with Angel Reese. I got my full panel here. Hey, brother Nate, whatever you got going on in the back is click, click, clack, click, click, clacking. That's why
I should be good now. How it sound now?
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
All right. So I'll start with my panel. I already said my soliloquy of the beginnings. So that's all the hell I got to say about this. And then we're going to move on to the next subject, which is the reason why we have the show tonight. Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Mr. Tony, yeah.
Okay, just about Angel itself or just in general?
Just about Angel.
Well, you know, Angel is one of our babies, of course. Like I said, I've been following her for quite some time. So with that being said, I mean, wherever Angel go, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna ride 10 toes down regardless. I do want to see all the teams in the organization to actually put themselves in a position where the teams are kind of evenly matched and we get some good basketball going on. That's important to me. But first and foremost, having Angel someplace where she is wanted first and foremost. Being someplace where you want it is the most important thing of playing this game because it makes some things a little bit easier for you, especially when you're having difficult times. You know that you have a foundation around you that is solid. And I'll use Vegas as an example with Chelsea Gray and those guys and Asia Wilson. They put together a great foundation. And so when you have that, the bonds that you have that are unbreakable, when you're in a season and you're with your team, that's unmatched is extremely important to have. And for someone as young as Angel, this needs to happen considering she's had two not so great seasons, and both of them are her only 2 seasons in the W. So kudos to her that this should pan out the way it's needed. And I hope to see some great things from her from Atlanta. Of course, she's already turning up. So I say, LA, turn up. Instead of saying that, you say ATL, turn up. So they get ready to turn up. And they're already doing it big time for her, as you should for any player of her caliber coming in. She should have gotten this 2 years ago. Nevertheless, we can't cry over spilled milk. It was done is done.
Brother Nate.
I'm good. It's done and over with. I'm ready to move forward. You go ahead, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Oh wait, we talking about Angel or Chicago? I'm confused. You said we talking about Angel.
We finna get into that, but Angel in particularly.
All right, cool. Because I had a few takes. One is about Angel, so I'll share that one. I got two about the Chicago Sky though.
Okay,
So
go.
whenever we ready for that, I'll talk about that. But for Angel in particular, I'm happy for Angel, as everybody has been nothing but overwhelming love for Angel. But my take is this, and this is what I hope is not happening, because you got to realize, bro, Claude, brother Nate, we know Angel's potential. Everybody don't. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, the one thing about the WNBA and everybody that's commentating on the WNBA is everybody who commentate on the WA don't watch. They casual watchers. They watch highlights. They watch some things, but they don't really watch. They don't really know. So,
oh yeah, of course.
Some of the love I'm seeing. I'm talking about from outsiders now. I'm talking about from the NFL players as commentators now, the NBA players, those people. Some of the people that I'm seeing commentate on this trade, I think they commentating on the Angel Reese that they think Angel Reese is, because I think people see, all right, so let me break down what I'm saying so y'all can really understand where I'm getting at. I think this is a great trade for Angel. I think this is a great trade for ATL. But I don't want nobody to diminish Angel's greatness, because people acting like Angel just a role player. Now she's on the team with these other two and she's just gonna fit in. No, Angel a big deal. You got to realize, like, just because, and I've said this before, this is not my first time saying this. Angel came into a league where she wasn't the biggest player, so she had to adjust her game, right? When she was in college, it wasn't many 6'7" out there. It was about 2 or 3 6'7", and everybody else was about Angel size. So Angel was able to bully people and have her way, and so she was able to have the numbers that we expect of Angel. But when she got into the W, she had to adjust, right? As bigger girls, as stronger girls, these are grown women. She had to learn. So her rebound numbers translated right away, but her points ain't really translate right away. They're slowly going up year by year, but that's what you expect from a rookie, right? You got to give young players time to develop and grow. So even though I'm happy about this trade, just like everybody else, I just don't want people to diminish Angel down to, she's just a rebounder and now she's on this team with, these other scorers and, this is great for her, because that's what a lot of people acting like. I'm like,
yeah.
Angel at her best, and we haven't seen Angel at her best yet, but Angel at her best is a 20+ point scorer. She's a 12+ point, 12+ rebounder. You get what I'm saying? That's the type of player Angel is. So I just want people to be clear who really know. Some people really know because they follow Angels, from college and high school to now. And some people is just seeing highlights and, they assuming what Angel got to offer. So that's my take on Angel. I don't want people to mistake. I think this is a great trade, like I said, just like everybody else. But I'm noticing a lot of the love from a lot of the outside people that's commenting on WNBA is looking at this. It's like, now Angel gets just to fit in this diminished role. So I just wanted to be clear about that. Like, Angel is a big deal, and I'm excited. But another thing I'm gonna say, even though I'm excited, just like everybody else, I still need to see the product on the floor. This looks good on paper. I'm not an on paper guy. I need to see how the product mesh on the floor.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this move for Angel.
Yeah. Okay, we done with that. The real reason that we are healed after that healing thought is because a big move was made today. The finalization will be on Saturday, but everything, all of the finalist things, they're all the way far and actually at the end and just waiting for the actual lawful day to sign everything and move things along. But agreement is done, and handshake operation has been given. in full context of the acquirement that the Chicago Sky and the Sparks are in the trade with Rakia Jackson and Ariel Atkins for sure. This is, I said this on Keisha's show, this is lipstick on a pig for me. Why did you say that, bro, Claude? Well, you know, when you're trying to put lipstick on a pig, the pig's still ugly, right? And when you got a hole in the boat that's gigantic and you start putting plastic on a hole that is actually big as it is, not just because of Angel, but the whole entirety of how the team was dysfunctional in its entirety. Rakia Jackson is just one part of how much of a hole that was put there, that even her coming, the people in Chicago, the land, they excited about the news and excited to have Rickea here. She's a Midwest girl. She 4 hours away. Her hometown is in Detroit, Michigan, which most of us, if you know anything about the Midwest, the cousins that's in Chicago and is actually kin to a lot of the cousins in Detroit. It's a hand-in-hand thing. You know, Isaiah Thomas also went to Detroit because why? He had family members there. In Detroit Pistons, he was all right. So Rickea has an army around her and, of course, family members here in Chicago, from what I've heard. So I wanted to break that news on my show. I could have said it on Keisha's show, but I wanted to break that news on my show that she has actual cousins here in the city of Chicago. No doubt. We already knew that pretty much because that's how you know, the Midwest get down. Pretty much we're in Milwaukee, Minnesota, you know, either in St. Paul, in Gary or Indianapolis, or in Toledo, Ohio, and Detroit. So we okay, yes, ma'am. So we in Chicago, in the Midwest, most of us, or Salt Lake City, or in Iowa, you know, Iowa City, we definitely are in the Midwest, and we function a certain way. So Rakia Jackson will be close to home. The situation with Rakia Jackson, we already know that what partake over in Los Angeles last year, Rakia Jackson had to take a couple weeks off, Brooklyn and Nate, because of the coach that comes from Utah, is now the head coach of Los Angeles. She had a certain system that she ran. And,
Lynn Roberts.
Yeah, Lynn Roberts. Lynn Roberts had a system that she ran, and of course, Rakia Jackson had to adjust because Lynn Roberts in Utah, they play a hard-nosed defensive, quick scheme type of play, right? She brought that here. Kelsey Plum fits that actual, you know, scheme for her sake. You got what I'm saying? Even though Kelsey Plum, of course, is not a big defensive mogul, you know, she can be a liability because of her size. But Rakia Jackson did not gel with her, nor she was not feeling LA pretty much, from what the undertone and the people were saying, that she wanted to really be out of that situation. Now, on top of her having the fallout with Lynn, the boyfriend situation doing the unrivaled situation kind of made it a little bit more of a nail in the coffin. I did think that Rakia Jackson was going to get moved because of the mass hysteria. That was the first thing that I thought about when the situation happened, but I did not know that Chicago, Jeff Paglioccia, had this player in mind. So, you know, for me, my take, great catch, good for Camilla. She's a good piece of the puzzle for me to come to Chicago because I love Rakia Jackson myself. Keisha will tell you that, you know what I mean, that was one of my undercovers, you know, the sisters that I really, really had love for, even though, you know, her and, you know what I mean, personal situations was going on and competition, you know, there in college years with her and Angel and Camilla. But that was when they were kids, and now they're grown women, and I expect them to function as grown women. So Chicago actually got a good piece by acquiring Rickea, and I think that this is a great deal of loading off of Ariel Atkins, who just didn't like Chicago at all, really. She really didn't fit what Tyler Marsh was trying to put out there. She did not. She said it on public and national television that she's not a 1, she's a 2, but she's being played out of positions that, you know, she's not normally playing, but she'll do it anyway if that's what her job detailed to do, to be a part of this situation. So, you know, Ariel Atkins is now going to Utah because, of course, she's a two-way player. She could play defense. She didn't really do well here in Chicago for what scoring was concerned. We was looking for that Kennedy Carter push, but it's only one Kennedy Carter, y'all. Only one. So we had a hole in the ship, and it was leaking at that time. And then, of course, moving Angel put a bigger hole in it. And right now, the fans, I know Brother Nate gonna give it from his side. Right now, the fans are still not satisfied because I got in late from the streets, y'all. They still not satisfied with just Rickea coming to the Sky. They feel like the team is still empty and has a long way to go. So I'm done, Jack. Panel.
I wanted to ask a quick question to you, bro, Claude. And first of all, good evening to everybody on the panel. But I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but I didn't think you said anything to it. Did you notice that the news that Skylar Diggins has agreed to go to the Sky?
I got it up here already, Woden.
Okay, all right.
That's on the subject. Just stay on pace. Be quiet.
Man, he just jumping line, boy. Leave it to Wody. I ain't know if you leave it to Wody, boy. All right.
Go ahead, bro.
I'll leave that for y'all when y'all burst that subject. But
okay. Jesus,
yo, Paul that burst.
Go ahead. Whoever was in line. Go ahead,
Brother Nate.
Thank you, sir. It's a step in the right direction. I kind of saw it coming too. I mean, what I don't like is the fact that, you know, the Sparks fans is downgrading Ariel. Ariel, the 2025 Ariel wasn't a depiction. Like you said, she was asked to do a lot, you know, with the injuries and she was, you know, a makeshift, and she was a PG, she was a 2, she was a 3, she's back to a 1, but then she got hurt, tried to rush back. So, but she was definitely the best perimeter defender. Mm-hmm. She could score, but it was just a real bad fit because she was trying to, you know, just like she did in Unrivaled, you know, when she got to Rose, she was trying to force it. She was throwing up shots and trying, you know what I'm saying, make it like, I want to prove that I was worth it, you know, worth the trade and everything. So she was definitely pressing the entire year. But then by the time she got comfortable, then she got hurt. So she started putting some games together, she got hurt. So I think at this point, she's still better than Rickea, better defender. She can score. Like, she's done more. Like, she was all defense Olympian. Like, just within her first few years, won a championship. So I don't know why LA thinking they getting the 5th pick. I don't think he trading that 5th pick for Rickea. She hasn't accomplished nothing. She even accomplished stuff that Angel did.
They know what they got. It's a player for player.
Right, it's player for player. I think if anything, I think they send in another player. I think they also send in probably HVL with that big. That's why they're trying to get Skylar. And I think with the decision with Skylar, I don't know if you saw that they said Chicago was trying to make up their mind. The part they're trying to make up their mind with was not going forward with Sloop because she's still not ready. They said she'll probably be ready within a couple months.
No, at the end of July, beginning of August, end of July.
Right, beginning, and that's like 3-4 months down the line. So, and then we said it. Didn't we say it takes a year? You're 37. You ain't Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? You ain't. Tatum got injured around June, right in the playoffs, right? Like
I can't make this up.
No, actually, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yeah. Like you ain't. For one, it's different muscles. Jason Tatum in his 20s, so it takes time. Like I know she was mad that Angel said that, but what she said was true. You know what I'm saying? It's everything she said was true. And then Jeff said the same thing. All right, we ain't on that. But anyway, I mean, it's a start. It's a start in the right direction. I mean, I can see why they're doing it for, for better spacing. And then Skylar. So I also heard that, so they're trying to get Azure. Azure already in Chicago. I don't know if you saw that. Azure already in Chicago. Yeah, talking with Slew, was kicking it. Yeah.
He has a house already here, y'all. So
she never sold it. Right. She already got a house here too. And she's over there kicking with Slew, taking pictures with the baby and everything. So, because I don't, then now they're saying NECA may be going to LA. So De'Ara cannot stand there. So that's why I'm like, the cap expanded, yes. But also they get paid more.
Yes.
That's I'm like, and you hear this like, oh, maybe they could take a pay cut. Ain't no more pay cuts. No, these women fought for this. They waited for this. Ain't nobody taking no more pay cuts. So and they saying, oh, I think Skylar, they telling Skylar how they want to win and other pieces they want to put with her. And that's why they saying she's gonna decide, because it can't just be about the money. Skylar's a competitor. And she gonna get in your face. Skylar is worse than Angel because Skylar's a vet and she's been winning. So that's why I'm like, if you don't want to deal with attitude, you picked the wrong women. You picked the Skylar and Rickea. What'd you say, Woody?
I was about to say that the only difference though is with Skylar, she can pull that. I've been in this league for 10 years. I can
True, yeah. 12, yeah, 12, yeah. Yeah, you're right, yeah.
That's
true.
Difference. And you got
she's the best, so she can pull that. Yeah,
she's proven, even though she may not be that type of player at current moment, she can still pull that vet card. Like, yo, I've been doing this. Like, my body. Check my resume.
My body of work. Yeah.
Panel. We gonna go to Skylar. She next.
That's Wody. No, that's Wody fault. That's Wody fault. Diet there. That's Wody fault, man. That's Wody. But I'll land my plane with this. I'll let Brooklyn and Tony go. But basically, it's a step in the right direction. There's still more holes to fill. I know they're trying to fill it, but it's a step. Yes, it's not totally done, but yes, it's a step, and it's more stuff going on behind the scenes. But I mean, it's a step in the right direction. But also, I still like the 2 first-round picks, because that means we also have 2 firsts next year and 2 firsts next year after that. Because even though it's a pick swap with the Mystics, it's still 2 first-round picks next year in the first round. Which, it ain't like we got 30 teams; it's 15 teams. So I mean, that could be Tessa or Ashton Watkins or Chloe Kitts. You know what I'm saying? So everybody not gonna be in the top 5. It's still gonna be a deep draft, and we got 2 first-round picks next year as well. So I mean, it's a step in the right direction. So so I'll take it.
Go ahead, Brooklyn. Break it down, brother.
All right, so my perspective a little different. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the takes I wanted to kind of like touch upon. Mm-hmm. And I think I might have 3 takes in one. I got a lot of stuff in my head, so I apologize. I might forget something. But I wanna touch on a couple things. I wanna be positive, because I am still a Chicago Sky fan. Let me say that. I'm an Angel Reese fan, so her team, wherever she at, is number 1 for me. So I'm an ATL fan now, but I'm still a Chicago Sky fan. I still want to see. I didn't root for this team for 2 years just to not want to see them do well.
Absolutely,
you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I still want to see. And so with that said, with the Skylar, I'm not talking about Skylar. I know that's next, but with the Skylar news, that's good news. I like that. With the Rickea news, that's good news. I like that. That's going in the right direction. I like that news, and I feel like it's a way for them to put together a good roster that the fans could get behind. Let me say that. That's my positive take.
Okay.
So going forward, I like that. Now I will say this: I don't like that Jeff is still making the decisions. I don't like that. That don't give me no comfort. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that Michael Alter is still around. You know what I mean? What Kendrick said about you know what I mean, he got a weird case. Why is he around? That's how I feel about Michael Alter. He got a weird case. Why is he around?
He's still around. He got
I like that.
I don't like that. So those are two
I like
things
how you put that. That's what I'm saying.
Because what that's telling me, and I don't want to think this way, bro, Claude, but what that's telling me is that as soon as Rickea could get out of town, she gonna get out of town too. If those guys ain't gone, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
If those guys are not gone, y'all just gonna keep losing stars because it's just like they make terrible decision after terrible decision. This just popped in my head. Let me share this before I forget. Before I get to my take, another thing I feel like is disrespectful, and this might even be in Rickea's mind, but I hope that again, I hope they move forward and make better decisions. But it's kind of effed up that Angel Reese kind of got the organization to build the practice facility and to build the practice facility and to give them suggestions on, you know, rooms and stuff to have just to trade her away and give it to somebody else. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, added another $30 million, another 20,000 square feet as well. Yeah.
Right. So somebody else benefit from how it is kind of crazy. But all right, so this is my take, right? The Rakia Jackson is good news, but it would have been better news had we would have been told, hey, Rickea is coming here to play with Angel. I don't know why they didn't just do that, right? Because if you think about it, the trade that they make it for Rickea had nothing to do with what they did for Angel.
No.
That's true. Yeah.
So they could have, this good news could have been better news. In fact, that would have been great news. It would have been like, word. But that brings me back to my take because this is how I feel. And I heard a lot of people over the years dispute this, but I don't care. I think they're wrong. This is how I feel. I could be wrong, but this is how I feel. I don't think Jeff wanted Angel to begin with.
At all.
I think Jeff wanted Rickea in that draft. I think what happened was, this is just, I don't got no information. I don't got no sources. Just all coming from Brooklyn.
Yes.
Right? I think what happened was Teaspoon convinced him to get Camilla because, you know, Teaspoon is a defensive guy.
And
Teaspoon is a defensive woman. And so she knows how to win. So she thinks defense first. And I think Jeff was like, oh, but I really like Rickea. I want to grab Rickea here with this third pick. And I think Teaspoon was like, Rickea is going to be there. Trust me, just grab Camilla. Now, I think Teaspoon really wanted Angel.
Yes.
And I think Jeff really wanted Rickea. And I think it just worked out where Angel ended up being the 7th pick. But I think Jeff wanted to somehow maybe get Rickea and maybe a Camilla, Rickea, maybe an Angel, Rickea, maybe somebody else. But it just didn't work out that way. It ended up being Camilla and Angel.
Yes.
And so I think Jeff moves kind of like, you know, with spiteful, with ego kind of tactics, right? So I think he watched that first season, felt some type of way about Kennedy and never said it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Felt some type of way about the Angel thing and never said it. And the first chance he got rid of both Kennedy and Teaspoon.
Yes.
Couldn't do nothing with Angel, but got rid of them both, right?
Right.
And kind of thought that Angel was going to be on his side through like manipulation, right? I think he was trying to manipulate it and like kind of like what he doing now. He sit down with his little smile and tell like little lies to the media and think it's just gonna go over if people stupid. I think he was trying to do that with Angel.
Absolutely.
And then he saw certain things where Angel had Teaspoon on her podcast twice. And they talked about that situation, right?
Yes.
And Angel kept a good relationship in the public eye with Teaspoon. She didn't really keep in a relationship with Kennedy in the public eye. I don't know where their relationship at, but in the public eye, her and Teaspoon kept a good relationship. And then that, along with her making those statements at the end of the season, I think was the end of the straw for him. And I think he felt like, okay, now I'm gonna have to show her. right? And I think that's where all this is coming from now with the trade, because this trade really don't make no sense. You got somebody in the third year still on a rookie contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't have no reason to move him. Even if you want to move him, you didn't have to do it now. You could have waited to see how the team was going to gel, all of the stuff. You ain't have no reason to move Angel. But I think he wanted to do it. And look how he did it. He did it first. So everybody, got the good news. Oh, everybody got to celebrate Angel. And then turn right around. But we bringing Rickea here. You get what I'm saying? And it's like that move right there just kind of looks weird, because it's like you could have had them both. You ain't have to trade Angel. But I think, again, and then notice, not only did he trade Angel, not only is he bringing Rickea here, again, we don't know because free agency ain't over. But I got a feeling he's going to try to keep the roster somewhat similar to what it was last year. This way now, if the team elevates, he might not say it publicly, but he could just blame Angel. Oh, yeah, it was you. It wasn't me. It wasn't the team I put together. It was you. You didn't elevate this team. You get what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that is at play. And again, I could be 100% off. This is just coming from Brooklyn.
And a boo-boo type of thing. Go ahead.
Right. Exactly.
But it's a different roster if you get Skylar and Rickea, though. So
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be slight. I'm not saying 100% exact, Nate, because no roster is 100% exact. But what I'm saying is he's gonna bring in the same type of players, or have pretty much the same roster. A similar. This is what I think. I could be wrong.
Same archetype. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Listen, at the end of free agency, this roster could look totally different, and I'll be wrong. But if this roster looks somewhat similar, even if there's some new pieces here, if it looks somewhat similar to last year, I think that's what he's doing. That's just my opinion. I could be 100% wrong, but that's just my opinion.
I'll put it to you like this too, Brooklyn, to speak to this situation with many different thoughts that I have with it. Well, just to address what you said right there, Jeff Pagliacca was the person that installed Tyler Marsh. And if his guy succeeds, right, in the second year, whatever happens, if he succeeds this shit and they can make the playoffs.
We can't even hear you, Wody. Come on.
Turn around 180. Is that Nate? No,
yeah, I don't know who it is, but I can't hear. That's
Wody. I was muted. Nah, you know how Wody might be. That's Wody.
I want to hear the take though. I want to hear the take. What's the take?
Oh yeah. I'm at work with it. The internet is a little spotty. But
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. If they have a good season and they end up making the playoffs, Jeff Pagliacca and Tyler Marsh can take some of the credit and be like, "Hey, we made a turnaround. The decisions that we made was good."
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I think that's the credit they want.
Right. The season, I don't know, it's yet to be seen, but already they have room. I'll just leave it vague, but they have room for 2 max contract players because the people so far that they're putting on their contract under their roster are only like $500,000 players, right? Everybody
young
that you
players.
have currently under contract, everybody that they still have, none of them players is like worth more than $500,000, $600K, $700K type players, Michael Onyenwere, so on and so forth, right? So you have room.
You got room for 2 matches.
Satu Sabli out there talking about she won a contract, right? Boom, this, that, and the third.
I just talked about her today with Keisha. Go ahead.
I got a take on that too. That's my Toronto tempo take when we get there. That's a different take.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think she might go with her sister too. But look, they got room to give 2 people $1 million. So now with the Ariel Atkins situation, moving her, I think look at it in the terms of like the way it may benefit Ariel Atkins. In this current situation with the Chicago Sky, they were leaning on her to be the primary offense, offense initiator, so on and so forth, right? And it didn't quite work out. Whether it's because she can't handle that workload, or it just was an off year for who knows. But in the situation in LA, where she can be just the second option, a third option, right, with the rotational players they may still have there, because Cam is going to be involved in the offense. Kelsey Plum is going to run the show. She could just be, an outlet, so to speak, a secondary outlet, the Robin to the Batman over in LA. It's a good situation for her, even though they might be trash. You never know; they might be tanking. It works out for her. Rickea didn't get a chance to shine whether due to injuries being held back this in the third, here in this situation in Chicago, now she could be unleashed. So it is a beneficial situation for both. I know people's like, yo, feel sorry for Rickea. Rickea about to get paid. Is the money is gonna trump all everybody's feelings at the end of the day.
Wody, let me just say this though, because I agree with everything you're saying, but I don't want my take to be missed because I don't you got to realize my take wasn't about the players. My take is about the GM. Let's just be clear. So I agree with everything you're saying about this could be a fresh start for everybody. So I'm cool. Like I love your take. I love it because your take is looking at strictly about the players. My take is looking at the GM and how he fumbled the ball because we could have had a Rickea and the Angel on the same roster. This ain't have to be a one or the other.
I do follow.
You get what I'm saying? So my take wasn't about the players, but I do agree with you that this could be a fresh start for all of the players.
Yeah, and I necessarily wasn't building on what you were saying per se. I was 100% with you on that, and I did have something to addendum to that too. What you said with you could have had both because yes, it was a trade. It was a trade that brought Rickea there, but what a lot of people have said, Angel probably didn't want to be there. Behind the scenes, the situation, the conversation between Jeff and Angel probably could have been a little bit contentious, right? And then you got somebody
but here's the issue with that though, Wody. We know why we can't just throw that out there that Angel didn't want to be there because Angel is not that type of person to just jump ship.
Angel wanted to be here.
The only time Angel is gonna leave is if she realized, and this is probably what happened, the people that she's working with ain't in it to win it like she is.
Right.
So it ain't like she just didn't want to be there, right? If you telling me, if I'm Angel Reese, right, and you telling me you're gonna bring in a Skylar Diggins and a Rakia Jackson, this is some place I want to be.
Wody,
but if I'm Angel Reese and you telling me my starting point guard, if I'm Angel Reese and you telling me my starting point guard gonna be what shorty was the point guard last year? I forgot her name already.
Mm-hmm.
A Rachel Banham. If you telling me I'm gonna be a Rachel Banham, Rachel Banham, not even Sloop,
or
even Sloop too. Both of them. If you telling me my starting point guard is gonna be Rachel Banham and Vandersloot, nah, I don't want to be there, bro. No, if that's the best you can do, so it's not that Angel just ain't want to be there. Is Jeff didn't have Jeff probably didn't give her the right vision on what he was trying to build.
Well,
I agree. You know what? I'm gonna agree with you. That definitely sounds like because the way he traded her so fast, even though she probably let it be known that, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, if you want to trade me if you put me in a better situation, if possible. It probably wasn't a request or demand. They made it be known that it wasn't a demand, but the way it happened, it was like, hey, let's go ahead and trade her and then get a better roster. Like, how about if you had told her, like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and trade, we're gonna acquire Ariel and trade her for Rickea and possibly get Skylar, she'd be like, oh, let's do it.
Exactly.
I guarantee you, she probably like, oh, let's roll.
Angel don't just want to. I can guarantee you, just by me, I haven't had no conversations with Angel, right? I can guarantee you that she's happy where she at. I guarantee that she's happy she got traded, but it's somewhere in her that she mad she couldn't win in Chicago. Like it's like winners don't like to lose, bro. Winners don't like to lose. When it's somewhere in her that is eating her up that she couldn't, and it ain't her fault. It's not her fault, but Angel's a winner. But let me land my plane with this, because I never got a chance to land my plane. Wody just jumped in. So but I'm happy he jumped in because I want to pivot from that point anyway. This is my last point about Chicago, and then I'm done. Could you imagine, and this is going back to them having both, right? And they turned the profit with just Angel Reese, right? Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if they had Angel Reese, they make this trade, they bring in Rakia Jackson, right?
Right.
They keep the fifth pick, and then they draft Flau'jae.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
All three of them in one building.
That was crazy.
And the profit, Chicago would have been the most profitable team in the WNBA. And then you add in HVL's fan base, because she got a fan base too. Then you add in HVL's fan base. Chicago would have been the most popular team in the WNBA, bro. It was
top three in all top three in jersey sales. Camilla, HVL and
And
Angels,
then you
top
add
3
in
in
the
jersey
Camilla. I
sales.
didn't even think about
Top 10.
Camilla. You adding the Camilla
Yeah.
to that. Jeff, to me, Jeff really dropped the ball on that one. But I'm gonna land my plane with that. But just think about the what they call it when they not the runway, but when they come in the game, what they call it? I forgot what they call it.
It was the runway. Yeah, they do that
Yeah, the
runway when they
runway,
coming
whatever they
in.
call it.
Yeah.
But can you imagine all 3 of them coming to the game in the beginning of I'm done, man. I'm only in my plane.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
So go ahead, Wody. Land the plane. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you with what you're saying, and my brother. That could have been a possibility if that was what they did to get Rakia Jackson in the building. So, but anyway, but just speaking to the how the move is beneficial to all the parties involved, right? Atlanta currently as situated with most of the pieces stand is a better win now situation closer to a championship. I think most of us would agree with that, right? Before I get too far ahead, or somebody, in the chat say I'm not lost my mind, but would you agree with me on that?
Say that again, because I want to make sure, because I'm disagreeing, but I want to make sure I know what I'm disagreeing with. Say that one more time.
The Atlanta Dream is a closer to win.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay.
Oh, all right, cool. Just want to make sure you're with me. So for Angel, for those especially though that are in love with Angel's game and the situation, for Atlanta being a better win now situation. Yes, unfortunate. Most people, just like with the LeBron fans, you're following your person, your player, wherever they go. And right now, Angel is in a better situation to win for her. That team is better situated where she will be unleashed and be able to be free and play a game. You know what I mean? That is more that is appealing to the fans, where she gets to be free reign. Ariel Atkins, she being that she's not necessarily your primary go-to scoring option, got put in a situation, like I was saying, that now she can be the Robin to somebody else's Batman. She don't got to be called on to be her. She could be, outlet. Boom. It's a beneficial situation for her. And I know it seems so pie in the sky and people's like, they hate it. Nah, F all that. I don't like it. But hear me out. And for Rickea, who was not getting unleashed where she's at, and now probably will be able to see her be in an increased role because she's the young hotness. Skylar's not necessarily. Oh, let me not mention Skylar right now. We don't know that. Rickea and Camilla can be the engine of the office over there. Beneficial situation for her. Yes, the GM and that front office, it looks janky. Who knows what the future may hold for them? But everybody right now, it does look like they got put in a situation which would be more beneficial for them. And as far as now, I know that some people are saying with the money situation, they're talking about her money was going to be her money. When I said that Chicago also has the opportunity to bring in 2 more $1 million players because they picked up a $500K player or whatever she's going to make, and they have a $500K player on the roster, and everybody on the roster is not $500K or better that they currently have unless they pick up somebody else. They can throw the bag at somebody, and then they will have a playoff roster as well, or playoff contending roster. Now, maybe not a championship roster, but they could have something real serious in Chicago. That's our land.
Okay, so I want to sum it all up to you guys and what you guys said. And then we learned a lot of just a different point of view. So some of us that's in the chat, we all can be wrong. That's what we said. We can be wrong. But the point of view is at the ultimate peak of pain, Rakia Jackson is a soother for me. She is a soother. The pain is still there. That's why I started the show off with the baby goat. But having Rakia Jackson here, she can shoot. She can put the ball on the floor. She took more 3-pointers than most rookies in her tenure. In her second year also, she took more 3-pointers than most of them, even she aligned up with Paige Beckers on threes, right? Even she had some days off. Even with those days off, I wanted you guys to know she was averaging 4 to 6 3-pointers a game. So, Rakia Jackson, do I like the move? Fuck yeah, I like the move. I like that move because I do want Rakia Jackson to be here, and I think that it helps to have this type of caliber player. As long as Jeff P, he on the goddamn clock with me, and I'm not giving no trust to it. I'm sitting back, y'all. I told everyone, the brothers on the panel, and I told the people in the chat, I am emotionally detached on Jeff Pagliosha's moves, and I am just stepping back to see what is actually going to happen with all of this stuff. I can't get into suggesting who he should get because it's a waste of breath, and I don't like to waste my time. I'm on here to give people real takes, real situations. Yes, I am a benefactor of having to be here in Chicago. Nate is a benefactor of having to be able to be here, boots on the ground with Chicago. So we hear a lot of things in the highways and byways. We also got people that's like flies on the wall with this situation. So I don't have anything. I did not know that this trade was going to happen. This was a sealed, close-knit, shut your mouth type of thing that happened. It was not in the highways and byways that this move was made. So I will say today was a good day of trade and sign for Chicago Sky working with Rakia Jackson. I'm glad that she here. We're going to get off this subject. Guys, we're going to bring up Skylar Diggins and more after these messages. Hey, everybody. My name is Bro Claude, and I'm here to tell you about the best whipped organic shea butter on planet Earth. It just so happens to be my brand, Breadhouse Butters. Sheens, shine, heal, treats, moisturize, condition your skin. Not only is this the best. Hey, everybody. My name is Bro Claude, and I'm here to tell you about the best whipped organic shea butter on planet Earth. It just so happens to be my brand, Breadhouse Butters. Sheens, shine, heal, treats, moisturize, condition your skin. Not only is this the best shea butter for you, but it heals good, smells good, and feels good. It is the best moisturizer that you can use. It clears up any scars, scrapes, stretch marks, blemishes, rashes, bruises, eczema, psoriasis, and most intensified dryness of skins. You can put this on your face, your hair, and your body, and I'm telling you, this is the best product that you can use in America because, of course, we make ours and crafted, handcrafted in our own kitchen. So I'm asking for you guys to support the #1 product that you're going to ever be able to put on your body, Breadhouse Butters brand. And guess what? You can go to breadhousebutters.com. I said breadhousebutters.com and put your order in now. Thank you. And I appreciate everyone who supports. You guys, we are here on the channel. As we on the channel and talking about what we're talking about, we asking if you would love to support and give a donation. It'd be greatly appreciated. And thank you as we move on to the next subject and cover the things that you want us to cover. And that's why I have an open panel, and we're going to get back to the basics and doing it. It says, listen, I'm not worried about Chicago winning anything. They played with one of the God's favor. Watch what happens this season. Somebody is praying hard over Reese. Oh yeah, she gonna have a great season, y'all. She gonna have a great season. Skylar Diggins. Skylar Diggins is an old Raleigh veteran who has kicked up dust since she has hit the WNBA. She is with Rock Nation up to this point, even right now. She was the first real supermodel since Lisa Leslie in the WNBA. Fine as she can be, one of my favorite players in the WNBA. It says the Chicago Sky are done revamping the roster after trading Angel Reese to Atlanta Dream on Wednesday. Sky GM Jeff Pagliosha hoped that to have another all-star to take over the void of that Reese left. On Thursday, WNBA insider Roberta Rodriguez reported. So this Roberta Rodriguez report, the Sky is in conversation with Skylar Diggins and both sides might make a decision real soon and close of letting it happen, with multiple sources telling me that the deal is done. Diggins played her last 2 seasons with the Seattle Storm. Last season, she averaged 15.5 points, 6 assists, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.2 steals per game. Diggins earned an all-star selection, the 7th in her career. If both sides can reach an agreement, Skylar Diggins could become the face of Chicago Sky backcourt. Pagliosha, who offered Ariel Atkins a core designation, reportedly wants to trade her to the LA Sparks for Rakia Jackson, on the table and finalizing this Saturday. Pagliosha might also bring back franchise legend Courtney Vandersloot, who went down with a right ACL injury in June. Only backcourt guard Serv'n Uzan has received a qualifying offer, could be back for the last year's backcourt. If reported about Skylar Diggins is true, she could come for Camila Cardoso, co-star in Chicago, to help her achieve the goals that originally Chicago Sky wanted to be a part of last year. After Chicago Sky trade Angel Reese, fans have been watching and what the team will do next. The report about Skylar coming to the Sky quickly gained traction, prompted reactions from the fans and her media team, Chicago Sky, which won the WNBA championship in 2021, embraced and rebuilt 2023. After just 2 seasons with Angel Reese, they are already in a new direction after missing playoffs during the era of Reese. Trying to throw a shot. Only time will tell if Skylar Diggins takes her talents to Chicago and helps bring the team to relevance. She is well needed and will fulfill a big mega spot in a hole that has been done. So it's a hole that has been dug, all right. Skylar Diggins coming to Chicago. What do I think about Skylar Diggins coming to Chicago? I think that that's a great move. I think this is a big move. This is one of my favorite players. She is a very offensive onslaught. She is a crazy lady. She is a wildfire. She plays good defense. Y'all see her in Unrivaled 2 years in a row. You guys saw how she led the Storm and the shots that she was taking in the playoffs last year. I think that Skylar Diggins coming to Chicago definitely is because they found out, chat. I know a lot of people heard me already say it. I reported it on Keisha's show, but Courtney Vandersloot has a setback She will be, they saying late July. She had a re-injury on that ACL. I guess from over pushing it or whatever the fuck. We don't care what happens to Slutie with no booty. But anyway, Courtney Vandersloot won't be back till late July, beginning of August. So Nate, you can go ahead.
So, okay, quick question. How in the world did you come up with Slutie with no booty? I've been wanting to ask you that. Slutie with no booty?
Everybody's saying it now.
I know. I'm like, so soon I hear somebody say Slutie, I'm thinking I'm finna hear Brokaw say with no booty.
I got them on Chi-Town. It's on Chicago Sky Central.
Oh my God.
So
that's messed up, Brokaw. That's messed up. But yeah, I think she I wouldn't know Brokaw because I wouldn't look. I wouldn't know.
She didn't have no booty. So
it's just a back there, huh? It's just a straight line. Okay.
It's 6 o'clock, 12 and 6. That's all it's
Wow. Okay. Oh man, that was funny. I just thought you would ask, but yeah, she was trying to push the arc because she wanted to be ready for the season. You know, your body can only do so much. You know, so she went from I think it was at first it was like maybe late May. You know what I'm saying? A little bit after the season, so now it's July because she was pushing a little too hard, trying to prove a point, want to hurry up and play. I think she still won't retire, even if she comes back like a couple weeks within the season. You know what I'm saying? I think I probably put on developmental because, you know, it didn't say it had to be those 2 spots would have to be developmental people. She'll probably, I don't know. I mean, are they that desperate for her to retire as a Sky player? They would have her take up a roster spot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That was her request, which means, you know, that was her request to come back to Chicago so she can retire
retires. Nah, Jesus. But I think that's why, yeah, that Skylar and Skylar know she that, you know what I'm saying, she'll be the starting PG because Flute won't be ready. So I mean, I know it's not right now, it's not final, but it sure sounds like it is because I know she had put out a video about coming home. Like, I guess people thought she was probably going to the Fever because she's from Indiana. I don't, because Skylar wants to start. It ain't like Skylar is barely keeping up. Skylar can still play. So yeah, I don't see her going to the Fever, huh?
We just saw it on Rival. We know that,
right? Yeah. She can still play. She can still ball because she still keeps in good shape. She's not Skylar from 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Father Time is undefeated, but you can still stay in good shape and still play, you know what I'm saying, as a D. She's still a high level player. She's still a starter. So yeah. I'll hope she does come. I know I don't know if Azare comes. I don't think it's enough money in LA because I think NECA's going back to LA. They send Erica's rumored to Dallas, but it'd be a good play, you know, an actual veteran PG that can have Camilla where she needs to be, can spread the ball, player keep up. Because Skylar can defend still. I know everybody's saying that the Sky gonna have horrible defense. Based on what? If they pick Flau'jae plays defense. Rickea plays defense. You know, she's not a lockdown defender, but as long as you have a good team, you can have okay defenders as long as you play good team defense. Like cover the help defender. You know what I'm saying? Cover the pick and roll. What'd you say?
I said facts, big facts.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. Right, we saw NBA ball how they hit Trey Jones on the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? Literally hit that man on defense. So, like, and Kyrie wasn't a good defender until he was. Steph Curry was a horrible defender. Kept switching to. He's like, you know what? I'm finna defend these dudes. Y'all gonna stop picking on me on defense. So,
say this real quick, brother Nate.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to bring NBA into this, but just you know what I'm saying. Just you can have okay defenders, unless, you know, as long as you have her. And plus, I think that's one of the main reasons they brought Latricia Tramble in, because, you know, she was with LA and she made them good defenders. She also, somebody pointed out to her that she was there, and, you know, she helped Candace become Defensive Player of the Year later in her career and with LA. So Latricia Tramble is, you know what I'm saying, she's gonna, that's why he brought her on. Like, hey, I need you to make sure these women know how to defend and do help defense. Like, it's, hey, get man. It's communicate. You know, you saw a lot of non-communicating last year with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because Angel Show looking around like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Back cut. It's like, hey, you saw it every drive. Back cut. They stand in the corner. Michaela staring at the ball, and then all of a sudden, Jackie up, back cut, right to the rim. Then another back cut on the other opposite side. So, as long as it's good to help defense, and Skylar's gonna get on you. Hey, wasn't that your man? You know what I'm saying? So, I hope she does come, and Skylar's not coming just for the money. You know what I'm saying? I said before there wasn't a facility, now there will be one. So she's coming for the money, and as long as they tell her, like, I'm pretty sure they tell her, like, all right, who else? She's asking who else gonna be here. Like, who else you got? Rickea, Camilla, who else? So as long as they let her know the plan and what they want to do, and they get her to sign on, I think it's pretty good. It's definitely a good step forward, especially to help Camilla go even further with her development. And I just want Camilla to play like she playing in Brazil. Because Brazil Camilla is better than South Carolina Camilla. I'm just saying.
Yes,
Camilla out there averaging 24 and 14.
You get that in development process, Nate. She did go over to China. A lot of people say, man, I don't care. She went over to China. It don't mean anything. Reps mean everything.
Reps mean everything. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Even though it is small fries and not really too much of competition over there in China for Camilla Cardoso, but when she came over, you know, and been playing with the Brazilian team, she had one game she just scored 10 points, but the rest of her games had numbers, and she had double doubles the whole rest of the tourney. But what I will say is Skylar Diggins is a defensive mogul and an onslaught, so that takes care of our backcourt when it comes to Skylar. And Flau'jae is not a liability on defense. So I'm not worried about that. We'll get into Flau'jae after Skylar, but I think that what you did say was key. They needed a veteran like Skylar Diggins who can succeed passing and facilitation, because you know Skylar Diggins loved to pass to the bigs. That's why her and Nneka got along so well, because she's Izzy. Izzy dropped a lot of her passes and didn't complete a lot of her passes last year. So you didn't get really to see the Izzy that you saw the year before. I don't know. Izzy had some stuff, and it was the Jew Lloyd. Who is that? Who all of that had?
What is it? You breaking up, bro, Clark?
Hold on a second. Izzy had transpired some difficulty. We don't know what happened over there, but what we do know is that Chicago, with Skylar Diggins coming here, you got a blue collar worker. She from the Midwest, just like Rickea is from the Midwest. Listen, y'all, us Midwest hustles, we all know each other, and it's the same demographic. It's the same thing that goes on us here in the Midwest. It's just like the West Coast does with the West Coast. Y'all don't get it twisted. The South be with the South. It's the same thing here in the middle. And we adapt to one another, and we understand it's a, you know what I mean? It's a Midwest thing, and these Midwest girls, so coming to Chicago, adapting to Chicago, they already come to Chicago. All the Midwest cities come here just to do their celebration, their birthday parties, and all that. Brother Nate will tell you that. So they always are here from the different Midwestern cities. So that ain't no problem. I know I saw a lot of people was like, oh, she's not going to be able to adjust. She from here. So Rickea is from here. She only been away from home really like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that I do see Skylar Diggins, if it goes down, one of the good pieces and a great look for what's missing. I mean, that for me, I was so happy. I expressed that on Keisha show, and I am glad and grateful that Skylar Diggins is here. Go ahead, Brooklyn.
Oh, I don't got no take on Skylar Diggins. We all know that's a good take. I got a free agent take, though. I know you said you're talking about Skylar now and Flau'jae next. Are you ever going to get the free agency or no?
Yeah, we gonna get to free agency after Fly.
Oh, all right, cool. But yeah, this is a no brainer. This don't even take no long. You know what I mean? This a no brainer. If you guys could get, I mean, the one thing I could say is she's old as well, so that's a thing. But she's still productive.
Hey, yeah, she's
still productive. So what you want to do is if you do draft her, Flau'jae would be a good pickup, but you still need a point guard. You still gonna need a young point guard to groom behind her. HVL is a good player. We don't know if HVL is a 2 or 1 yet, right? She's able to play the 2 most of her college career and was successful. And she was able to play the 1 in her senior year. You know, wasn't really successful in her junior year. She played okay, but she played really good at the point guard in her senior year. So we've seen that, but I would get a solidified PG if you're gonna get NECA. Not NECA, Skylar. And then another thing I would say too to keep in mind, getting Flau'jae is good. And I don't, Chicago got options. They could go Flau'jae, they could go Kiki, they could go Tanaya, or they could go Raven. They got
a Raven here. So
yeah, they got a few options they could go with. At that 5th pick. One thing I will say is don't put too much pressure on a rookie. It's good to have some veterans there, even if the rookie got to come off the bench, or even if the rookie is starting, they got a veteran in that same role that could teach them the ropes. So you don't want to put too much pressure on rookies. You want to have some veterans there. As far as going back to Rickea, I don't think nothing wrong with Rickea defense. I mean, if we not going to talk about Caitlin defense, we not going to talk about Rickea defense. You get what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people out there that nobody ever mentioned their defense, but we get to Rickea, we gonna start talking about it. That don't even make sense. Rickea defense is fine. She's a long player. She'll get better. Defense is all about effort and will anyway. Effort, will, and then people teaching you like certain things as far as beating people to spots and shit like. So you can learn defense. Rickea got a body. She's long. She got a body for defense. She's fine. I'm not worried about her defense. But Skylar Diggins it's a great pickup if you could get her. But I wouldn't pick her and not have her replacement learning from her.
Okay.
So you got to get a young point guard in there.
Absolutely. If Vandersloot, picking up Vandersloot, if 5 being neutral, not a positive or a negative, and having Vandersloot was like at least a 6 on the scale, then taking Skylar Diggins as currently constituted what she's showing you in Unrivaled and the last season, then you say this is probably about an 8 on the scale. Because she is giving you, even though there's a similarity in the age with my brother, similarity in age between her and Vandersloot, though Skylar seems like she still has something
more production
left in the tank. Yet the production wise, you're probably getting a similar level of playmaking between the both of them. But Skylar does offer a little bit more on the offensive end of the ordeal, and seems like she's also slightly better offensively, a little bit stronger. But you are still getting that same floor general mindset, IQ for the game, and the facilitation to set up their teammates where they can make some of the lesser talent shine a little bit through. So a great pickup. I say an 8 out of 10 on the scale pickup as far as, an upgrade at that point guard position, especially as Sloot will be down. And this is speculative. What I think may come to pass, since Sloot is still down, they may not actually offer her anything. They just give her that promissory. Hey, when we see you on the mend for your injury, we'll either may let somebody go that's off the roster, the back of the bench, and then offer a contract so she's not eating up too much of salary cap, and still offer her something nice and they can save some money that way. You know what I mean? Or I could even see it being where she can go. I don't know how the rules go into that development slot, so she can be on the men until she's ready to come back in, and then drop somebody off the end of the roster, so she is getting a little check until it's time for her to come back. And now, which should, I don't know, Sloop probably would be coming off the bench. You got two bona fide PGs that you can swap in and out, running your offense for your first team and your second team.
Okay. So we gonna get on up off of Skylar. That's self-explanatory. We know what this is. So I said Flau'jae, but I had already two in mind. So this is not in total about Flau'jae, but this week we was actually going Brooklyn on the two main circuit picks that would make sense in the draft on Monday coming up. And that is Raven Johnson and Flau'jae Johnson. Who do we need more? And why do we need them? And what you think as a rookie, the production that you're going to get, because we already know how the rookie seasons go with just about everybody ain't Paige Beckers. Everybody ain't Caitlin Clark, and everybody don't translate two or three things like Angel Reese. Okay, so we could go here, we could go there for the pros and cons for both of those players. This is gonna make a great conversation right here. South Carolina, Raven Johnson. This is my player. This is who I want. I want a Gamecock here. I want Raven Johnson to be picked here because Raven Johnson knows Kamilla Cardoso the best out of anyone on the planet. When I say anyone on the planet, her, Raven Johnson, and Tanaya Latson has played with each other since high school. Kamilla Cardoso, since she came from Brazil, has been amongst Raven's tenure the whole entire time till she left Raven and went to the WNBA. Raven Johnson spent most of her time in high school and in college playing with Kamilla and knowing her sweet spots, and those are continuously going to be the same, and basically a stronger Kamilla and a much tougher Kamilla Cardoso, with Raven already being a tough player. We see that how she plays defense. She's one of the seatbelt queens. She's going to add defense right away as that defense is going to translate because she prides herself, just like Angel, in defense. Raven Johnson's defense is going to be there right away. First, she's already WNBA ready when it comes to being able to lock down from 1 to 3. Y'all saw what she did with a Sarah Strong. Well, be it may that Sarah Strong is a sophomore, be it may, but she's still 260, 250 pounds. Raven Johnson took the #1 player in the NCAA on, and she locked her down, and every single player in that tournament, she wanted to stick Olivia Miles. She wanted to stick, the top player that was on that team, and Raven Johnson is one of my quotables, one of my Gamecocks, and that's who I originally want here if it comes into the draft. You're not going to be able to stop what's coming in the draft. The draft is going to be the draft. No matter how you feel about it, it is what it is. So Raven Johnson would be my pick. But if Flau'jae Johnson, also one of my girls, one of my intricate parts, she has a high ceiling. She can do just as many freakish things. And if she becomes more mentored, she could become our Kahleah Copper of this new era. She has an irky-twerky feel for the ball. She can cross the ball over. She quick to the basket. She can shoot the ball when ready. Sometimes she becomes streaky. So sometimes she falls off. But as her pro career and her professional and being developed, I think that her development is a very, very high ceiling. And Flau'jae Johnson, we have not seen the best out of her, especially coming into a pro. And I think that she's compatible with Kahleah Copper, as Kahleah Copper came here to Chicago and developed into what the #1 the leading scorer of the WNBA and a runner-up for MVP. So I think that Flau'jae Johnson will be a perfect prototype of what we lost in Kahleah Copper as a youngin. So y'all could go ahead, Brother Nate.
You missing somebody on that list. What happened to Kiki Rice? You don't think they're going to get Kiki?
I don't think Kiki is going to be picked.
Also, another thing too with that Kiki Rice pick, where you saying it, I don't see the long-term potential for that, especially as right now you got potentially Skylar on that roster for maybe 2 years, could be even 3 if she keeps producing at a decent level. Yes, she could be training her replacement, her future replacement, but
that's the same with Raven though. If that's the case,
that would be the same thing with Raven, and hence why I don't necessarily like it that much. I would all due respect to the South Carolina faithful, and you can see the long-term potential of it. I will say this: it's all at the end of the day, it's about the production on the court. So if that's the most important thing to the coaches and the GMs, the production on the court and what you can get in the long term, then I can see the value of also one making Camilla happy and taking Raven Johnson, because if nothing else, she's gonna run your offense and be a great defender, right? But on the flip side, now where you got we was going back to that defensive conversation, right? Where it's a lot of effort. We would love to take a player who's offensively.
I could have sworn it was my turn to talk. Well, you just use a line stepper, boy. Habitual line stepper.
Go ahead.
Freaking Rick James up in here. Habitual line stepper.
Nate, you be falling for the trick bag all the time.
Man, hey, I had to catch. I'm like, he had me listening because he's making some good points. I'm like, I could have sworn Bro Clock called me. Habitual line step. Let me go. So let me go ahead. Man, he had me lose my thought process. He's so low Wody Max. I almost fell for the trick bag.
Mac got a gift, and he
got a gift. He got that gift to gab. Habitual line stepper.
Go ahead.
But now, I see what he's saying. I was going to point that out. That what I'm saying. If you bringing in Skylar. They're probably doing it with Haley Van Lith, HVL, but HVL is more of a 2-guard in the point guard's body. So, because that's kind of what Kelsey Plum is, because they basically the same height. I think they're kind of actually the same type of player, HVL and Kelsey Plum, like 2 guards in point guard's body. Excuse me. So, I'm thinking that's probably another reason why they traded Angel, because Angel wasn't going with the Flau'jae thing. Because with Flau'jae comes her mom, so I think is what it's looking like is probably saying they probably already talked to Flau'jae and kind of let her know, if you're there, we're gonna draft you. So because the Raven are moved so far up in the rankings, I think now they got her being picked at 4. I think 3 and 4. I think it was the last one I saw. I think it was it 4 Bro Call or was it 3?
Say it again.
I think when they had Raven, they had her moved up, because at the start of the season,
Raven is moved up to 3.
So now she mocked the 3. So I don't even think she's gonna be there. I don't even think she's gonna be there. But I think they're gonna they already probably talked to Flo. I think they're they're probably betting on either Flau'jae or Kiki Rice. But what it sounded like is probably gonna be Flau'jae. Probably a lineup of Skylar. If they can get her Skylar, Flau'jae at the 2, Rickea at the 3. I don't know who at the 4, and Camilla at the 5. I'm hearing Azrae because Azrae's out here. So
listen, brother Nate. Today's projection, ESPN. Johnson was number 10.
Really? Well, we don't pay attention to ESPN. ESPN don't watch none of the games.
I'm saying the other mock drafts they had. Remember the one I had presented last time when you was here. They had at 3. That's why you was asking for it.
Yeah, I never pay attention to ESPN's rankings because they're never right. I've never watched the ESPN mock and it was correct unless it was like unanimous Caitlin Clark or Paige. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 2 is obvious or something like that, but ESPN's rankings are never right.
Miles as the number 1 pick now on ESPN.
Miles, really?
Yeah.
Why would they pick Olivia Miles? I think they want a big, don't they? Because they trying to get De'Erica Hamby. They tried to trade for Angel because they was at the table, but Angel was like, nah, I'm good. And she's like, I want to go. Let's go ahead and send me the ATL because she could have picked. And she was like, no, I want to go ahead and go to Atlanta. So they trying to get a big. And now they're trying to get De'Erica. from Los Angeles. So I think they want a big. If they can't get a decent big in free agency, I think they're gonna draft one.
I would say I agree with T. Camilla because the last 2 years, the first round was accurate with ESPN.
Well, ESPN.
Yeah, they was accurate. They was almost to the letter last year.
Not the drafts I've seen. Tankathon is usually pretty correct. I usually go with Tankathon or
is close too. But I'm talking about they had the first 7 picks was spot on, all the way down to Sellers. Remember Sellers? All the way to Sellers, they had that.
Oh, don't bring up Sellers' name. Brooklyn gonna be like, I told you.
No, I don't like. I ain't Sellers either. But anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, I'm thinking it might be Flau'jae because why another thing, why push out Angel so quickly? It's like, he's like we were saying, he like wanted to make a point. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have waited or whatever. So, but the fact that they wanted to do it now, so far ahead of the draft, the draft was like right around the corner, right before free agency. So I think it may be Flau'jae. So I mean, the fact that they got 2 first-round picks next year. They're probably like, well, they're probably looking at the process like, well, we can probably get a point guard next year. So, and then you still got, picks that's not on teams now, like Serena Sundell. You got Sellers, but she trash. But I mean, well, she could probably develop, like, Brooklyn. She probably developed, be at least a decent point guard. But I think Flau'jae will probably be the better fit, to be honest with you.
Just on the Sellers point, I was never saying she was trash, like she couldn't play in the WNBA. I was saying that she's a bad fit for Chicago.
That's true. You did say that. That's true.
The constructed roster. Same thing I was saying about Kiki Rice when they had both Angel and Camilla. Now it's changed because Angel not there no more. So Kiki Rice might be a good pick for Chicago now. But the point I was making about Cheyenne Sellers and if Angel and Camilla was still there, any player that they would have picked that's primary paint finishers or post-up finishers, Cheyenne Sellers, what she used to like to do is drive into the mid-range and post up and then do like a little, she used to like to do a little like not the floater, but like it's like a post drive. Like she used to like to roll off her defender and drive to the rim. Well, if you got Angel trying to finish in there, and you got Camilla trying to finish in there, and now you trying to finish in there too, who's shooting the threes? That's the point I was trying to make to everybody. Like she would shoot 1 3 a game. Like she had good she would shoot 40%, but she would literally shoot 1 and 2 times per game. And people didn't look at that. They were just looking at the percentage like, look, she'll shoot it. Yeah, 1 time per game. That's not gonna help with no ball games.
You brought that up.
Yes, I was trying to explain that to people, but nobody wanted to listen. Everybody was like, the eye test. And I was like, okay, whatever. You get what I'm saying?
It's like the stats.
That's what I was saying about, and that's the point I was making about Kiki, because Kiki could shoot too, but she's mainly a slasher. She like to slash to the rim. So if you put a player like that on the team, you want to put a player like that on the team that can space the floor, and then they can finish in the paint. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to put a player like that on a team where the rest of your players all finish in the paint. So I just want to be clear about that. I'm a fan of all of these girls, even Cheyenne Sellers, all these girls, and I wish them the best. I was just saying it was a bad fit for my team. So I hope Cheyenne Sellers is able to get into the W maybe this year or in the coming year. So shout out to Cheyenne Sellers.
Yeah. Yeah, he made the point for me. That's pretty much what I was saying about what which one would be a better fit. Like he made the point, right? That's pretty much what I was saying. They all occupying the same space, but either Flau'jae, because they're both kind of slashers, Flau'jae and Kiki, but Flau'jae is more of a shooter now. So I think Kiki has better perimeter defense because of her length, and then she started off, with defensive and stayed with it. So. It depends. I think it's between those two because I don't think Raven gonna be there.
Okay, so
I'm laying my plan.
So the difference is that what I was saying is that I think Raven will be there because I do think so. You have Olivia Miles, AZ Foot, Our Fam, Lauren Betts. All of those that's the top 4. You're not getting past that.
For the record, I just want to say when you done, bro, Claude, I never got to make my point. I was just responding back to
you.
Nate, but I still want to make my point. But yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm going right to you. But let's get it in our heads. Our fam, AZ Fudd, Lauren Betts, and Olivia Miles, those are going to be your four, because on all of the mock drafts that you do, they did have Raven on one mock draft that what me and Nate was talking about as a number 3 pick. That was right after the final game, right? But other than that, I have not seen it nowhere that Raven Johnson was a top pick. But I said that Raven is a top 5 pick, and I would take her at 5. But go ahead, Brooklyn. That's where that come from.
So
5. So I just wanted you to know, Brooklyn. I said that I would take Raven at number 5.
Yeah, I said that too a few days ago. But I also want to say this, and the draft for Chicago basically come down to 2 things. Either it's gonna be a basketball fit, and if it's a basketball fit, then you got about 5 players they could pick, and it don't matter because Chicago gonna get better whoever they pick. But and then it's a franchise pick. If they make the franchise pick, meaning this is the best move for us right now, it's still a basketball pick because it's going to work basketball wise, but it's going to also work, especially training an Angel Reese away. Mm-hmm. The franchise pick could be getting Flau'jae Johnson, right? Because she comes in with a fan base and she's a dual threat doing the music and doing the basketball. So she's going to bring music fans in. She's going to bring basketball fans in. She's going to be in a city where she could do her music, right? And she's going to be in a city where she could thrive in basketball as long as, they put the right team around her and the right coaching and everything. She's going to be able to thrive on both, and she's a dual threat. So trading a superstar like Angel Reese away, you want to have a superstar-like player you can replace that with, because Angel Reese was the reason you could now build a practice facility, right? Angel Reese is the reason why you was able to get some sellouts, right? Angel Reese is the reason why, people was tuning into your games and the ratings was through the roof. Angel Reese was that reason. So you trade that away, you want to replace that with something. So you got to me, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the biggest star in the draft is probably Flau'jae. Maybe an AZ Fudd playing for UConn, somebody like that. Those are the biggest draws. So I think from a franchise point of view, or from the best thing for business, it would be drafting the Flau'jae. And that's a business and a basketball pick because she's good on the floor too. Now we talking about just a basketball pick who's gonna make your team better. Chicago can't go wrong here. There's no way you can mess this draft up because now that you traded an Angel away, you even could pick our fam.
Yes.
So our fam will make you better, and our fam is, if she's there, she's 19, and the things she could do at 19 at 6'4" right now, shoot the 3, put the ball on the floor, play defense, defend. She got all the moves in the paint, post move. She gonna be a problem in the next couple years. So if she's there, you pick her, right? To me, she's probably the best player on the board of you. If she's there, right? You could pick a Raven Johnson. We know what Raven Johnson does on the defensive end and running your offense, but now she added the 3 ball this year. Now she's confident shooting. I don't know if y'all saw this, but this surprised me. But the reason why she more confident and better because she was in the gym with Anthony Edwards.
Right.
Anthony Edwards gonna make you confident. You get what I'm saying? She was working out with him over the summer. So Raven Johnson
makes sense now.
Raven Johnson is a better player now. You get what I'm saying? So drafting her makes your team better, and that gives you the point guard you need. You already talked about the fit with her and Camila Cardoso. That's a perfect fit. Drafting the Flau'jae I just told y'all from a franchise point of view, from a basketball point of view, she's probably gonna be a perennial all-star, right? Like she's probably the most athletic person in the draft, right? So she fits right in, and she's probably best. She kind of how Paige was last year. Flau'jae probably is pro ready right now. You get what I'm saying? So she fits right in. She's gonna make your team better. You get a Kiki Rice. Like I said, I wasn't knocking. Me and Nate had discussions about Kiki Rice. I'm not knocking Kiki Rice's game. Kiki Rice, one of the best players in this draft. I didn't think she fit with Chicago with Angel and Camilla there. But now that Angel is gone, and they probably gonna have Asia Sifka at the 4. And Kiki is used to playing with a 6'7" big anyway. She's a great fit for Chicago. You get what I'm saying? A 5'11" point guard who could play the 1 or the 2. You get what I'm saying? She don't even got to play the 1 for y'all. Y'all could slide in into 2. And she could play next to a Skylar Diggins. So she fits well in Chicago. People not talking about it, but Tanaya Lotson, I think she made the biggest sacrifice last year trying to win a national championship. Obviously, she didn't. But had she stayed where she was or went to a different team, we'll be talking about her as maybe a number 1 overall pick because she would have led the league in scoring again. You get what I'm saying? But people is so out of sight, out of mind. So recency bias, what have you done for me lately? She's falling down the draft boards because she decided to go play a role on a super team. That's like when Chris Bosh left Toronto and went to play in Miami. Everybody forgot, he was one of the top power forwards in the league before he did that. Kevin Love went to go play with LeBron. But in Minnesota, he was one of the top. Tonight, Lonzo, one of the top guards in the country. But a lot of people forgetting about it because she went and played on South Carolina. She sacrificed to win a national championship. But she'll help Chicago. You get what I'm saying? So to me, they can't mess this draft up. You got too many players that fit. Mm-hmm. So from a basketball standpoint, it don't even matter who they pick. Everybody gonna make them better. The only person they can't pick is Lauren Betts.
Yes.
True.
That's true. Now,
from a franchise point of view, Flau'jae Johnson is the right pick if you want to put butts in the seats.
I think they're going to go with butts in the seats. But Dana Taurasi said that she gets chills watching Raven Johnson play. She said that she's a pro already in college. She said she's one of those players that's going to go in her place in whatever place or patch in the draft. Okay, let me see.
I mean, Raven Johnson will have a
Here you go. Here you go.
I mean, Raven Johnson will have a home in the WBA. She's those players that aren't, your top 3 in college, and then they get to a WBA team, and there's this value that she has, that she can do all the things you need to win a championship and to compete. Every time I watch her play, she plays so hard, she competes so hard. I really enjoy watching her play basketball. I mean, Raven Johnson.
So it's even more on her interview about Raven. But she says she gives her chills. She takes on the best player on any team, no matter how big he is. She said she's totally insane, crazy like me. That's what Dana Taurasi said, because she wanted to play bigger players. She wanted to get up underneath their arms and underneath their skin. So that's what Dana Taurasi said about Raven Johnson. Go ahead.
Brooklyn or me?
I can hear you.
Brooklyn or me? You were saying. Go ahead.
Wody. I'm talking about Wody.
All right. Yes, the brother did. I say I kudos to you, Brooklyn. You be on point, my brother. There's a lot of things that I would like to say, or even some points that I'm thinking in my head. Since you are ahead of me in line, you're getting right to it, and you're getting right to the buy, and you're saying it. So
I appreciate you, brother.
But I know I just say you an intelligent brother, so kudos to you on that.
I appreciate you for that. But pause when you said burst earlier in the show, though. That was wild. But I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, Claude, I feel you. I feel you on your affinity for Raven Johnson, because as the basketball fit, as a pure basketball fit, if this is all about building a system and building some type of culture, I think the way that Tyler Marsh, if he can develop like we hear that he's this great player development type of coach, right? Raven Johnson would be a great piece of putty for him to mold in his system and have somebody familiar next to Camilla. So for as that, I think if we thinking strictly on the basketball, I could see the basketball value in it going with that, because then you just added a great defensive piece to your team, no doubt. Hopefully her offense develops, and this could be a Kawhi Leonard type of situation. What's up, Miss Serena? Yeah, this could be like a Kawhi Leonard type of situation where you had a player who was already athletic and gifted defensively, and they become something offensively. That's like you're looking 5 to 6 years down the line of development, off-season work, training, and like seriously getting putting your head down and getting to work, where your bag is just like, it's like unlimited. You got something for anything that can be thrown at you. Great, right? Great future planning type situation. But the brother did mention it. Hey, do you want to tap into the pop culture side of the basketball and the hip hop world? The Flau'jae looks like that's the best look. So,
hey, could you imagine? Hey, Wody, could you imagine Flau'jae drop her first album in her rookie season? Because I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, she already got the single with Lil Wayne, so she already got rappers that she's tapped in with. She tapped in with celebrities already.
I think the album dropping in her rookie. Think about that. I think her rookie season, she already popular. I think the album dropping in her rookie season, probably towards the end, because she's gonna have to tour it after the season. Yeah, I think the album dropping.
Yeah, she got the single with Wayne. I mean, bruh, yeah, it's plugged in already. People say what they want, but like, what more can you say? She did a song with Lil Wayne, bruh.
No, she did a song with P already. So the thing is, she's Jermaine Dupri's baby. You got what I'm saying? She was in the rap game. Okay, so Raven, we already know that Raven got skills when it comes to music, and Chicago is one of the biggest music cities, of course, y'all. The newest trend, the drill music and all of that stuff that's already spreading like wildfire across America. But I would say that in this conversation, and then we about to get on up off of here because it's 2 hours. But what I will say is,
I want to, before you get off, I want to do a free agency take, and I'm done.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's where I'm going. So what I would say is that at the end of the day, everybody who was hurt from this trade, kudos to you, because at the expense of fandom, at the expense of wanting to love the players, I already expressed about Angel, but wanted to love these players and being invested in these players like we say we are, and not only just at one player. The interest of the WNBA, the involvement and the evolvement of the WNBA is here, and everybody needs to get used to what it is and how it's going to be looked upon from this wise. So after these messages, we're going to get into the free agency, and then we're going to be up. Let me tell you about the simplest way to get you in some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, and win some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and win some much needed cash. Use promo code SteadyServ and receive $1,000 bonus in cash. Now that it's football season, follow Steadyservn ENT as I share my picks. Pick players, choose the amount, win money, make picks, win cash. Thanks, Underdog Fantasy, for your partnership with us, and thank you for using the promo code SteadyServn on Underdog Fantasy. So free agency is here. Free agency has been talked about. And free agency, the moves that was made on Thursday, Diamond Miller was traded from the Dallas Wings to the Connecticut Sun. Rayon Marshall was traded from Connecticut to Dallas Wings. Kristen Bell signed the training camp contract with Las Vegas Aces. And Memigan Toure signed the training camp contract with the Connecticut Sun. So not much happened today on Thursday. Tomorrow will be the big day of completion, and Saturday will be the actual signing. So go ahead, brother. Brother Nate.
Well, I want to start this off if Nate don't mind, because I just want to get my take out the way.
Go ahead,
all right. So my take is simple, and it's about the Toronto tempo, and it's about Satu. And I know everybody is saying, oh, Satu want to play with her sister, so she's probably going to go to Toronto, but nobody's really breaking it down from a basketball point of view. And I wanted to break down the actual basketball of it, right? Because I think people were sleeping on the Toronto tempo a little bit, and here's why. But before I get into that, let me say this. I think Toronto has an asterisk by it. If I'm running, let's say I'm the Toronto GM, right? I would run as an expansion team. I would run Toronto differently than I would run any other expansion team. Here's what I mean. Even though I'm gonna give the Valkyrie a passing grade for what they're doing, I see the vision they going with. They going with a free agent vision opposed to building through the draft. They building through free agents. I wouldn't have done it that way, me personally. Whenever you have an expansion team, right, come into a league, that the rule is because the other owners feel like they didn't put in no work. The other owners don't want them to have the number one pick. So the rule is, as an expansive draft, you can't have the number one pick. That's why the Valkyrie had the 5th pick. And you can't, not a number one pick, you can't have a lottery pick. That's why the Valkyrie last year had the 5th pick, I believe. And then this year, Toronto and Portland got 6 and 7 because they can't get lottery picks, right?
Right.
So the way you supposed to run the right way, the way you're supposed to run a expansion team is you're supposed to suck for the first 2 years. If you could get the worst record in the first 2 years and get number one picks, you could kind of be like the Orlando Magic and end up with Penny and Shaq. And then you start building from there. That's how you're supposed to do it, right?
They follow the model of Sacramento. The Golden State Valkyries. Go ahead, though.
Right. But I'm saying that's how I would run it. If I was a GM of a expansion team, because I'm punished, right? In my first season, I'm punished that I can't get the number one pick, and I could get it in my second and my every season after that, but I can't get in the first season. My first 3 seasons, I'm gonna suck. Pause, so that I could get 2 top picks, right? And then those 2 top picks, hopefully I get players who I feel like is 2 stars back to back, and I'm able to build it. That's why I use Orlando Magic example of Penny and Shaq, right? Back to back picks, right? But Toronto was a little different, and here's why. I think Toronto could actually catapult themselves into contenders within maybe about 3 seasons. If that, and here's why. And this is why I say Satu might go. Again, I have no information. I could be 100% wrong. This is just coming from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Brooklyn is my source. You know what I'm saying? So one is the fact that everybody is saying, okay, Satu and her sister Nara have been talking about playing together for a long time. They thought it was going to be in New York, right? It might be in Toronto. But they're not even the key piece. The key piece is Brondello, right? Brondello won a championship. What is it? I can't say a year ago because that would have been the Aces. So 2 years ago now, right? 2 years ago, the Liberty had a championship, correct? And in the years prior to that, they've been runners up. They've been in the finals. They've been there. So Sandy Brogdon knows how to put together a championship team, right? She's coached a championship team.
Mhm.
Now, if you look at the pieces she did it with, her top 3 pieces, they could get not the same pieces, but something kind of close in Toronto, right? They already have one and Marina Mabrey, right?
Mhm.
Marina Mabrey and Sabrina Ionescu ain't the same type of player, but they similar, right? In the way they play. Playmaking, 3-point shooting, right? Not the same player, similar players, right?
Mhm.
Then you take a player like Satu, right? Satu is a unicorn type player. She's not Breanna Stewart, different players, right? But similar, right? So now
Mhm.
you got 2 players who you can max. When you think about it, you can max a Marina Mabrey, which they did. They called her, so she getting the max. And then you can max a Satu Sabli, right? And what she's done over the years, she's been an all-star. She's done all the things. You trust her being a top player in your franchise. So now you got 2 top players you can match. We know, Wody been saying it all day. You can have in any franchise now with the way the CBA is, you can have 2 max contracts,
Mhm.
right? So Toronto almost already, if we don't know, but if Satu go there, Toronto already got their 2 max players.
Mhm.
Now, I know Jonquel Jones said she's going back to Liberty. Maybe she do, maybe she don't. But if I'm Sandy, just to stick it to my old team, I'm trying to pry away Jonquel away from the Liberty. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, whether she's successful or not, it don't matter because they got Naira Sabali there. And Naira, you can either say, hey, Jonquel, if you decide not to come with us, cool, because we feel like Naira steps into that starting role and maybe she could be the starting center. She was my bench center in New York. Maybe she's my starting center in Toronto. Or maybe they do convince a Jonquel Jones to leave the Liberty and come to Toronto. Then you got all 3 of your pieces basically you had if Jonquel Jones come, right? You got 2 pieces that's similar, 1 piece that's exactly the same, which is in
That'll
Jonquel
be
Jones. But
nasty.
if Jonquel Jones don't come, that's just in 80, that's just in my brain. That's in Brooklyn brain. If she don't come, you still got a solid piece that you coach that you're looking at to take the next level in a Naira Salabi, right?
Right.
And a Naira Sabali. So now you got those 3 pieces. Naira, you got Satu, you got Mabrey, right? These are 3 pieces that Sandy, like I said, she's the key. Sandy could take these 3 pieces, look at what she did on a Liberty, and then find the right role players around them to build out that championship team. Now, again, it might take her 2 or 3 seasons, but I feel like she's kind of like got a head start because of where she came from and the pieces that she might get early that most expansion teams don't get this fast. So she might have a head start on the way to having a championship type roster in a couple seasons if Satu comes and signs, right? If Naira takes that next step and becomes that starting center, right? And if Mabrey is able to stick with a franchise and now be the type of leader, right? Those 3 together with a leadership of Sandy in Toronto, I think that's why Satu goes there, not just because of her sister, but because of Sandy's leadership and her already coaching a championship team and the pieces that she could put around Satu to say, hey, in the next 2 or 3 years, we'll be in the finals. That's why I think she goes, not just to play with her sister, but what makes sense on the basketball court.
I don't rebuttal that because I see what you're saying. The only reason I don't think, you was right before, so you might be on something. You was right last time, so I'm not gonna totally refute it. Only reason I
Hey, let
would
me say
say,
this before you say anything. I could be 100% wrong. This is just my opinion.
I know it's just your opinion. I know, I got you. All I'm gonna say is, because I know people's like, oh, she playing Drake, and I'm like, man, she's probably just a fan of Drake. All I'm gonna say is that they were saying that one of the things she's looking for, she want to be one of a go. She want to be a go-to player, which Toronto does that. She also wants to still win. Toronto, even though that would be a good core, like you said, it'll be 2 to 3 years down the line that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think Golden State will probably be actually a better fit for her because she saw that they, you know what I'm saying, made it to the playoffs just off year one. But you see, she went to Phoenix and, you know what I'm saying, she wanted to win. So she probably like, you know what, let me go about this a different way. Let me get with an actual good core of young players because she was steady arguing with players, you know what I'm saying, with AT and Duana and Kyle almost the entire time. You know, she ain't never been to the finals. They've been like 6, 7 times. So that's what she like, hey, this ain't working. I want to win, but I don't think she want to do no more super teams. She want to win the right way. So you might be like partly right. She probably looking for a similar situation, like you talking about, to be a core player, but also with some talent where she can win within this year or next year. So that's all I'm gonna say. You might like you said, you might be 100% wrong, but you also might be 50 to 60% right. I just don't think it might be Toronto. We both may be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's Toronto because they too new and you ain't seen them play together yet. They got pieces, but you ain't seen it yet. So that's why I was thinking maybe Golden State or something. I know somebody was asking like, well, LA got rid of Rickea, so they probably in the South sweepstakes. I was like, you can't afford all of them. You can't pay Kelsey Plum 1.4 because you caught her. She wants the Supermax. The Sky scored Ariel and trading her, so she can negotiate at least the max, so at least like 1.1, you know, at least $1 million. So that's like that's 2.4 million right there, 2.5. And NECA may want to come back. Got to pay her. She ain't taking no pay cut. And that's the thing, they not taking pay cuts. You ain't finna tell them they wait for the CBA, make sure they free agents to say, hey, why don't you take a $300,000 pay cut so somebody else can get paid? They're gonna say no, kick rocks. I'm gonna go somewhere else and get paid. So and De'Erica, you gotta pay her. So I think you might be half right, you know what I'm saying, half wrong, but you definitely on the right track. Definitely on the right track.
But Nate, I think you missing a little bit of the point. You saying that we haven't seen it, right? But that's why I said Sandy Brondello is the key, because we have seen it, and that's the point. Let's think about what I'm saying. I'm saying the basketball fits. I'm not saying, she could put together a team we never seen before and make the playoffs. I'm saying she could almost recreate the team she had in the Liberty. Because if you think about it, again, Marina Mabry and Sabrina Siosku, Sabrina Ionescu, they aren't the same player, but their games are similar. You get what I'm saying? And then when you look at a Satu and a Brianna, they games they not the same player, but their games are similar. They could do some of the same things. Was what I'm saying. So Sandy already knows how to win a championship with those pieces. She did it already. And not only did she win a championship, she been in a fight. Like she's been like, it ain't like they just popped up out of nowhere like a Phoenix last year, right? She's been there for years. She's been there. Like they've been right there on the cusp, in the finals, losing the fight. They've been right there since that team came together. So what I'm saying is, she got fired, right? She got fired. She got to move on. If you get fired and move on, the best thing you can do is if they give you similar pieces you had before, you're like, I know what to do with this. So that's what I'm saying.
I never understood them firing her. Yeah, she won championships in Phoenix before then.
Right. So I just look, you telling me something I don't know, right? But she's in Toronto, not too far from New York, right? With similar pieces. She might be like, I know exactly how to win. Give me these pieces. And listen, we didn't think about it because in my brain, I'm thinking like you can't trust a Marina Mabry. But then I started to think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, I was kind of confused by that. Yeah.
I started to think about it a little bit more, and I'm like, wait, this might fit with a Sandy Brondello, though. You get what I'm saying with what she had before. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm basing it off of what she's done already and what she has now. These are similar pieces. Again, I'm not saying it's gonna happen this way. I'm just saying this is a possibility.
Okay. You're right. It's a possibility. But let me ask you this: what do you think is a better fit for her? Because I'm looking at the teams that's out there and they can pay her. Because they also got to pay their rookies and other players. So because I saw the newspaper. They mentioned her name, but I'm like, I don't think it's that. But see, that was before the trade for Rickea and hearing about Skylar. So I think the only way you're even talking to Skylar is if you told her who else you're grabbing. You know what I'm saying? Who else you're meeting with and the team you're gonna have. So what looks better to you basketball wise and fit wise? Playing alongside Marina and some other misfit pieces, because it looked like they got a bunch of shooters over there. But also, or a core with Rickea, maybe Flau'jae, and a Skylar, who who knows gonna, because with that type of team, and a Camilla, with that type of team, you don't have a bunch of vets, but you have just a couple of vets, but mostly core young pieces that's that can still play. Or like the Valkyries. It's actually I didn't know how many pieces of Valkyries lose, but I'm just what you think her core, like what because she wants to win, but she also still wants to be the go-to player, like one of the go-to, like one or two.
If I'm Satu, right, and I know you probably don't want to hear this, I'm honest. It's not going to be Chicago because of the management.
You gotta be honest. Probably Golden State, right? That's all I'm thinking.
Listen, hold on. Let me finish. It's not going to be Chicago, not because of the fit on the floor. The management's still there, right? Mm-hmm. And once they leave, I think that's going to change Chicago fortunes around. So that sale got to happen as soon as possible, right? But so it's not going to be Chicago because of the management.
If that was the case,
I heard other people say Golden State. I don't agree with Golden State. Golden State,
why not?
To me, Golden State could be a fit, but I feel like it's too many factors. And again, she might sign with Golden State tomorrow, right? I'm just saying how I personally feel. But to me, Golden State, just because they made the playoffs, okay, that mean I want to sign there?
Yeah, like, they barely made the playoffs.
Is that the only reason? You get what I'm saying? And in Toronto, right? Again, they are, first of all, if you look at Toronto's lineup, respectfully, Marina Mabry might be better than everybody that's on Golden State's lineup. You get what I'm saying already?
Yeah.
And then you add a Satu to that. So now you have two max players already on. So I don't maybe the role players ain't all there yet in the first year. That's why I said they not contenders this year, right? You got to get the rest of your team. You got to mold the rest of your team out right. But you have the right top pieces already. If you got a Marina already and you got a Satu, you add into that. And then what we think Naira Salaby is going to be, I think she's going to be a starting center in this league, right? I think she could be a full-time starting center in this league. So if you have those three pieces already, and then all you got to do is build around that, to me, the foundation is already there because, one, I'm already playing with – me and my sister been trying to play together. What perfect opportunity is it then now? That's one. Two, the fit, like you said, she want to be a max player. She'll be the top player, the go-to player on that team. And you get to play for a championship coach, which Golden State doesn't have.
I just don't see that team still winning. Even with her, that you need some more talent on that squad to win.
Okay.
Even with
just my opinion. I'm gonna land my plane. Yeah. Just my opinion.
I think Golden State will be better. But like you said, neither one, we both could be wrong. She probably signed up with LA. And LA loses everybody. Because I see LA is doubling down on vets, which is ridiculous. That's the worst thing you can do. Because I've seen it in Chicago. It's trying to speed up the timeline. Especially when, you know what I'm saying, you don't have enough talent. So when they did that trade for Kelsey Plum and you know what I'm saying, trying to speed up the timeline. They should have just did it organically. And now you're hearing Washington Mystics. That's why they fired their GM, which is still goofy. They fired her because I think they want to change the timeline. They want to trade some pieces. They want to trade those draft picks and get I think Rika Gumbawale or something like that. Or they want to try and get somebody, a star player, trying to make the playoffs. Why, I don't know. But they got 3 first-round picks they're trying to trade for a star. So I think the worst, when they double down on trading for vets, that's probably one of the worst things they could do. But now they doubling down and they're getting Rickea. They want Necker to come in so they can win vets over youth so they can try and win. And I guess they probably want to gather money because they're trying to get this facility. trying to get to other place. So they need the funds. So they probably like, look, we need playoff money and we need gate money because ain't nobody really coming to the games because they was losing too much and they paying all this money. So she probably signed with LA. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I think they're trying to double down on the vet. So we both could be wrong. You could be right. You know, but it's good to assume. But I like having these. You need to get your mic up and running, man. So me, you, and being Bro Clark can jump on yours too.
Let me just say that it is always good. Well, I ain't gonna say it's always good to assume. It's not good to assume because that's how you make an ass of yourself. But I will say this. What people need to do, because I notice this is some of, I'm a fan, so I listen to some of these shows. My advice to anybody that get on these panels, man, have some logic behind what you're saying. Don't just get up there and be spewing your opinion because you feel some type of way. Like, what I'm saying is, it's my opinion, but it's thought about opinion, and it's not like bias. It's not because this is what I want to happen. This is what I think can happen based off what I'm seeing, based off the facts I'm putting together, and I'm saying what I'm saying based off of how the money benefits people. You know what I mean? Make decisions based off of that. Don't just be like, yo, these are my feelings, and it should just happen because I feel this way. Like, I watch a lot of people make those takes, and it's like, yo, come on, you gotta be better than that. Like, you know what I mean? And then another thing too, and I want to say this. Another thing that gets on my nerves, and like we got to clean up. I'm here because I enjoy women's basketball now. I'm a real fan. I'm a real supporter of women's basketball. But I want to clean up some of the things that shouldn't be here. And one of the things that shouldn't be here is fucking package deals. Oh, in order them to get this person, they got to get this. Can you imagine an NBA if they were saying, yo, if you want to get this boozer, you got to sign this boozer. You want to get this twin player, you got to sign this twin player. You got to sign. Since they're dating, you got to sign the player they date. Come on, get that. That's not in sports, man.
Yeah, that makes no sense, man.
That's cool for social. Like, if you want to talk about that on the YouTube and for engagement, that's cool for all that. That's cool for people who like fucking what they call that a reality TV. That's cool reality TV. But when we start talking about sports, you got to get the best player available, the person that's going to help your team. Stop all this easy fud to the Dallas Wings because Paige Beckers is there. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, get up out of here.
Get AZ Bud to Minnesota because that's the best fit for the team. Get Lauren Best to Minnesota because that's the best fit for the team. Get our bets. Get our fans to Minnesota because that's the best fit for the team. Stop all this. Oh, I want to see them play together. It's a package. Like, that shit corny in sports, B.
It's super corny.
We don't come to sports for that. Get all your emotion, your feelings out of here. We come for the best team. The goal is to win a ring.
But
the goal is to win a ring.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Preach. Wow.
But come
on, bro.
With Dejanay and
like they want and we saw how that, and that's what I'm saying. How
Dejanay and Alyssa ended up. Come on, let's get that out of here.
And
get up out of here with that.
You got AT and the one Butters.
Yeah, but even that didn't happen. That happened by mistake. Like, okay, they played in Connecticut together, whatever. They decided they like each other, whatever. Cool. When AT went to Phoenix, the Wana ain't go with her. She ended up going because it ain't work out in Indiana. Because it ain't work out in Indiana, she went to the best team available for that was Phoenix. She said, "I'm gonna go play." You know what I mean? But it wasn't like the team signed. That's just like you saying, "Yo, in order to get Giannis, we gonna sign his brother."
Hey, also Natasha Clown and Izzy. Now they broke up. They played in New York together, and now they done broke up. Ain't that so? I'm like, y'all keep one of your women together. It don't make. It's got to make basketball sense.
What I'm saying, I'm saying, it's cool if they play together. All I'm saying is make basketball sense.
Make basketball
Stop
sense.
saying, yo, this player got to play with this player because they dating. I don't want to hear that no more.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that either.
Yeah, she ain't going no more. Easy Foot not going no more anyway. But
nah, she can't go right to left or drive to the rim. When your shots are 95% threes, come on, man.
But that's the land
not too much, Nate.
Yeah.
The landmine plane. I know we got to get out. Hey, bro, Cole, we been on here, 2 hours? We got to get out of here. So the landmine plane. Hey, look, the landmine plane. All I want to say to brother Nate and everybody else, when I make my opinions, it's not based off how it's based off how I personally feel, but it's based off how I personally feel with thought put into it that makes sense for the team. You get what I'm saying? Like everything makes sense. I'm not just saying my feelings because I want it to happen the way I want it to happen. So let's be more thoughtful and more realistic. Yeah. You know what I mean? More realistic in the text we putting together for the people. That's all I'm saying. Let's take our personal feelings out of it and say what makes sense for what makes sense for basketball. Yeah, and that's why I was saying. For me, my take with Satu wasn't just it's a part of it, her playing with her sister, but it's more about Sandy Brondello and a product they could put on the floor that could be successful.
Most a winning coach, yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was saying I would hope her to go with the Sky. My bad, Brooklyn. I said I wanted, but also was like I was also realistic with, you know what I'm saying? We have a good core, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? I know the situation. A player's still looking like, you get a million reasons why you can come deal with this. That's why I'm pretty sure they threw that at Skylar, or she wouldn't even took the meeting. But at the same time, I was like, well, I think she'll probably go to Golden State. You know, I'm realistic as well. You know, so I was like, probably should go to LA. So my fandom want her here, but my basketball sense, like, well, she'll probably go somewhere else because they doing this over here and they got this over here. So I come with the same thing. I come with, you know what I'm saying, basketball sense. I throw a little fandom in there, like what I hope, but you know, me and Bro Claus we're like, hey, well, she'll probably go over here. You know, I wouldn't hurt my feelings, but yeah, it's about basketball.
Hey, listen, real quick. I wasn't talking about y'all, by the way. I was just talking in general.
Oh, we know. We know. Yeah.
All these shows, you got people with they feelings instead of, you know, real basketball takes. Like if you love basketball, you know basketball. You can give a basketball take. Take your feelings and all that. You know, I would take that out of it.
Put that in the garbage bag and turn that thing sideways and stick it up. Okay, there, go ahead. Pause.
Well, chat, look. Turn on your notifications every time you hear we drop a hot banger on this channel. Listen, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I got my boys that, of course, we used to do this all the time, so it's like regular to us. But on a Thursday night, we are up at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was 55 people still in the damn chat. Shout out to all my family that stayed with me. Y'all, like, share, subscribe to the channel. And please, please, please join the channel. Be a bread maker. And those that's getting it on the playback, I know you got some exciting news. I know you got some good takes from our brothers on the panel. And
hey, bro, call really quick. I need you to do me a favor with this one, Brody. I need you to make some shorts and clip this up. Clip up some of the hot takes, and you know what I mean? So people can eat it up and get you some more views.
Yeah, I'm clipping the hell out of this, baby boy.
So, yeah, sure.
So the thing is that y'all, I appreciate everyone who came here. I appreciate what you've done. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what you will do. But yeah, most of all, y'all, go to my website. Go to Steadyservinsportsent. Go over there, click on services. Yes, promotional services. And in promotional services, we will help you promote your brand. And if you do have a brand while we on our way out, you can post the brand inside of the chat. I know it's late, y'all, so I did not do the full commercial. But guess what? Tomorrow is another day, a full day, and I can't wait to open up my eyes just to see what is going to go on tomorrow morning. Yes, and as always, chat, bro, Brother Nate in Brooklyn, we leave as we came with another banger. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 10 p.m. and I'll see you guys in the morning on my morning show because I'm a bread maker. 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 I'm a bread maker.
We got that rap van rolling on them dubs. You can catch us later while we ballin' in the club. We them bread makers, we them bread makers, we them bread makers, we them bread makers. Catch me in the club.